Brothers and sisters, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna go over the analysis and technical plays of Jeep Ironman tournament. We're gonna see one of the fan favorites too, Pac playing in this tournament, and we're gonna analyze the Pac perspective in details and every possible scenario and technical play of each opening end and also the grind game of some of those games. Hope you like it and let me know in the comment section below if you like this kind of content. Okay, so let's see this one actually. This was played actually pretty recently. Okay, so let's see. Vanitur. Okay, so we have Allure, Binder, Underground Ruins. It seems the solid Allure. Very solid Allure. Ash Blossom. You have to do it. Like, you know that he has a name, you just don't want to let him draw more stuff. Maybe break, like you have to put it on God actually. Okay. So, like, Banish the Rabbit, it's like this fine. Like, he still has Underground. And if they Ash Allure, you know that, like, Ash is not even very good against this deck, so you kind of have to do it. Dormouse for Chessie. Now you used all three the names. And then it's just a binder line. It's for sure a binder line, at least they know. You banish a name for good measure, I believe. I think it's fine to banish a Dormouse. I think it's actually good to... Because the Dormouse does not... Like, it's not needed. Because you're gonna add the Dormouse with the MTP07. You could also just banish the Chessie depending on how many Chessie you play. But the Dormouse is for good measure. You always banish an extra name just in case. Because you don't know if your opponent, like, is gonna have some interruption. Right, like you don't want your crypter to rely on this binder to banish names. That's why you want an extra name banished, which makes sense. Set GWC, that makes sense. Activate TB11, that also makes sense. Special summon another Chessie. Draw one card, draws into the Magnamut. This guy might be him. So what do we do here? 3, 4, 5. Depends if he plays Dotscaper. If he plays Dotscaper, this could be a Magnamut line. If he does not play Dotscaper, then we can just go easy, make a solid. I would just make a solid. I would just make a solid Crypter, special Magnamut, and call it a day with the Firewall. Maybe as a better line. Oh no, he plays the Terahertz. Never mind. I was never playing Terahertz. I think Terahertz is overrated, but that's my opinion on the matter. He didn't even end on a Crypter. There is no way. Like, for sure, Terahertz is better than Crypter, but you have double Bestial. Your follow-up is infinite. Like, why would you rely everything on a binder, which is whatever. Anyways, we got Mr. Thrift that starts with the solid Allure of the Darkness. It is Pac and Thrift, so you can assume that Pac is on this shit. Because I don't know if Thrift is knowledgeable on this. Anyways, we go Allure. I mean, this is Allure for a solid Chessica. Chessica effect. Yeah, what you wanna do? Set 1. You set the 0-7. It's okay. Ash Blossom on that. That was good. Terraforming. Let's open a gates. Let's go underground. I would even activate it. Why not? Maybe no, because now he's committing. Is hella committing. He's banishing a spell. Vanitur is like, this was nice from his side. This banishing a spell just in case Pac and Thrift are on the striker variant. Set the 0-7 is solid. I think we're gonna see a Pac of it, most likely being foolished by the Terahertz at some point. We're gonna see for sure it happening at some point. Now, if you are pack and thrift, you have to wait for the 07 to activate. You don't want to use underground now, because now you know that he did all of this because he wants to banish the underground. So you're definitely not gonna do it. If you activate underground, the 07 is baited, but you don't, like, it depends actually. Depends on you want to sequence this, because I would probably just go for white bindery. He goes underground to bait the 07. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I would have forced the 07 in another way and try to force the Desavurm with the underground and then talent take. And that would be game. Because you kinda need to go for this talent take at some point. Because Firewall is... right now, Firewall has 55. 55, and what does... like, you want him to actually throw the pack a bit too. So right now... you're actually scared of only two things, the Desavurm and the pack bit. The rest of his end is actually dead, by the way. Like, Vanitur end, he actually gets OTK'd with 1 terahertz OTK, like 1 terahertz attack, if he forces the pack bit. So that's why I don't like the underground now. I think I would have committed, just play, like, just do some random plays. I'm not joking, this is actually some random shit. You go white rabbit, set TB11, activate TB11, banish rabbit, special sum. Like, you actually start playing like nothing matters. At some point, motherfucker is gonna throw the pack bit. You try to establish a tree. Like, you try to establish a binder to banish the Desavurm. And then he has no Desavurm. The moment he throws the pack bit, you go talent take. Make this shit 10,000 attack over binder, GG. That's how I would play this shit out. So actually, if you go normal rabbit here, you win. Normal rabbit, set TB11, actually start playing. You go TB11 now on the rabbit. Yeah, that makes sense. He just go for Desavurm. Okay. That was good. Now just... I mean, this is... oh no, this is actually very bad for us. Fuck, this is actually very bad. Like, this guy has to be insane to use pack bit. Because now you have only a splash mage, and you can just Magnamut or Druis the target, because you already summoned both of them. And no, you can never do that. You can never do that. It's just gonna pack bit itself. Take the binder. This does not win, right? It does not win. Oh yes, dark. It doesn't matter. I think this was hella winnable. I think this was winnable. It's just that... okay, it is the thing, right? Because I think it was maybe winnable. Okay, I don't want to say it's 100% winnable, because like it's not. But if you don't commit the field spell, you give Vanitur more like more problems. Like, you put him in a worse position. Because you know that he set MTP, like, you know that he set MTP 07 for the field spell. So you can never activate the field spell in that scenario. You can never use that. Like, you have to bait the MTP 07, you never commit the mouse, so your field spell is always gonna give you a name. It's gonna trade the name on the board though for the MTP 07 at some point. Okay, so let's see. So Thrift has the go. Obviously, opens Lancia against the mirror, underground. Oh my god, the Vanitur end is actually broken. And they actually get spotted by one impermanence, because they don't even have a normal summon in this scenario. In this shit, they don't even have a normal summon. They open the worst trap, which is GWC. Damn, actually, damn. Well, Fuwalos. We don't care. Activate field spell. We have to go for a Dormouse line. Dormouse gets impermanence. And I think we actually have to... I mean, pass it up. If you probably pass it up because you have Lancia. You're not gonna use the Bestial. You just pass. Yeah. Normal summon the Rabbit. This actually forces a Lancia, because if you set TB11 and then you Lancia, then they just chain TB11 and you give them 2 bodies for no reason. You don't want them to have 2 bodies because then it's a splash mage line and then you cannot Bestial. So you steal because you use Lancia, so that makes no sense. Yeah, no, this is good enough. I think this is good. Yeah. Set 07. It's okay. It's okay. In this situation, 07 is good. Make Linguribo. You don't care. He's under Lance. You just still activate GWC. No, wait, what? I totally disagree with this. He's under Lance. Cannot activate Linguribo. Just activate GWC. Why did we not use it? I totally disagree with this, right? Because that makes no sense. Why do you not use GWC? He cannot use Linguribo because Linguribo negates and banishes. Does it say quick effect? You can TP this card negates that card's effect and if you do banish it, so I cannot use Linguribo. So you're actually supposed to use GWC here. Now his Linguribo is live. And you have to waste a battle phase to bait a Linguribo. Kinda bad. Yeah, now we go Dormouse. Summon back. He goes Druis on his Rabbit. Oh my god, this is nice. Yo, Vanitor is nice. He's actually playing nice. You know why? Because he's gonna go Rabbit, special summon, set TB11, Thrift controls 4 cards. He can use TB11 to special summon from the extra deck a Link 3, and then he can use MTP to banish a card on pack board, which is gonna be the Dormouse that was already summoned. Pack though has Impulse, which goes crazy here. But like he actually played this one nasty. They would actually lose if they don't top deck Impulse because they did not GWC in end phase. Sheesh. No, actually no, because they still have the GWC. They still have to enter in battle. They don't lose actually. They don't lose because you can still enter in battle phase, attack over Linguribo, and then they can GWC, summon back the name. But it's again, it's not like then you actually play again the game. Wait, you let him do it. You let him do it because you have GWC and you want to stop the Nib with his Impulse. Okay. He knows that he's gonna banish the Dormouse. You're gonna attack. Gonna use GWC. This could have been all prevented if we use this fucking GWC in end phase. Go Rabbit. Summon Rabbit. Rabbit set TP11. Go Decoder. Get Nib. Chain Impulse. 1 shoot 3. Chilling 1, chilling 2, chilling 3, get rid of everything. TB11 for Cat, and it gets Ash on the binder. But that doesn't really matter, we still have SP. He's playing around a Bestial. Is it? Like, does it make... Is it fine? Wait, all up. 1, 2, 3 of... Wait. Isn't this not Splash? No, you know that he has Dormouse. He added Dormouse with MTP 07, so they know it's Dormouse. Am I tripping why it's not a Splash? Because then you go Splash, Link 3, and then what you do? Nothing. So at this point it's better just to go directly into SP. Okay, I see. I see. So Dormouse, summon back the Rabbit. I mean, you have to SP at some point because otherwise it just sets. What does it set? GWC. It says GWC, right? At some point, we will have to SP. What do we want to SP though? Because like we don't care, and like we don't care. Yeah, no, it's battle phase after, right? It's just battle phase after. But if you enter in battle phase, then there is GWC that are reborn, so the underground protects the SP by battle. Yeah, no, this shit is over. They win actually. They are nasty with it. I actually don't care. Do you even care about this? Just whatever. Sure. Summon back, 2 bodies. Get into splash, and now they just go binder, banish the names, and the shit is over. Yeah, that was good. Okay. So, set 1. You should actually Lancia here. When they set, you should Lancia, because if they chain, then they get a free name banished. You should actually Lancia the moment they set. They didn't. Ooh, you have to Lancia now. That sounds crazy. Or do you want to wait? No, you don't have engine. If you Lancia now, you lose. Right? But do you let them get 1 draw? It's actually crazy bad, no matter how you see this. You probably have to Lancia this. You actually have to Lancia this. You actually have to. Don't think there is. There is no way you don't Lancia this, right? Like, there is no way you don't Lancia this. You actually have to. And then you have Metal Tronus for a Malice name. And then we saw that you play Dark, so you can Dark the White Rabbit. What did he set? He set TB11. You know that he set it before committing, which means that's not GWC, because GWC is set. So we can actually make an educated guess on MTP, because otherwise it makes no sense to set without any reason. He sets TB11 of Rabbit, so this card is even Imperm or MTP, and this card is TB11 because we saw it. You chain Lancia, then you have, in your opponent turn, you have Metal Tronus for a Malice name, and then you have normal Fua for Dark. Then you have 2 bodies. All you need to pay attention is to never commit the 3rd body, because the moment you commit the 3rd body, then he has TB plus MTP to banish a card, and we don't want that to happen. So it's never Fualos here. I think it's always Lancia. Because if you let them commit the link, it's not bad too. Like, it's actually like there are many ways to play this, and I'm actually not sure how I would play this out, because I like to Lancia here. I don't like to Fualos here. I see this Fualos as a normal summon, because if you actually don't draw a normal summon, you are down bad after. Not really, right? Because we can Metal Tronus set TB, and that's also fine. Like, set TB, activate Metal Tronus, which is also fine. If you Fua these, what happens? What happens if you Fua these? If you... There is actually also an... Like, this is hard because if you Lancia now, you know that he's gonna have follow-up. And, oh, he actually stops the Dark Line. He actually stops the Dark Line if you Lancia this. If you Lancia this, he stops the Dark Line because he's gonna have a Bestial. Oh, damn, that's very bad for us. No, you probably have actually to let that go. You actually have to let this go, and then... No, you have to. You have to let this go. It sounds crazy, but... you might have to let this go. Yeah, you have to let this go. Like, they probably discussed this entire situation, right? Because you Lancia, they keep it in hand. Then you have Metal Tronus, normal summon, Dark, but he chains Boldrake, get rid of the Rabbit, special summon back Rabbit, set GWC, and you look stupid. So they cannot chain Lancia here. Okay, so that makes sense. Special summon back, and then you actually have to go for the Fua line. This is only for summons, so no yet. Goes into ransom. This is, I mean, yeah, okay, sure. Special summon back the link decoder, and now he has Nib Lancia, which goes crazy in this position. activate, you let him do it because it's free for you, because you have Nibiru. You Nibiru now, that makes sense. Was he supposed to chain TB here? I think he was, right? I don't know why he didn't chain TB. Like, he sounds crazy right now for not chaining TB. Because then you give him a draw cause of Fualos. But you lose your entire board. No, you sound crazy right now. You actually chain TB. When I end on TB plus MTP, and then talented look at the opponent end, this seems like a losing position here. Like, this actually seems like a losing position because you didn't want to chain the TB11 to not give your opponent a draw. Anyways, chain draw is banish the white rabbit. Banish the white rabbit. That's fine, yeah. He only has to do it. TB11. TB11. Why is bro holding Lancia for? For turn 3. Because he had enough entraps to actually cook the entire board. So on turn 3, Vanitur will have no place, basically. So he's gonna have a dark line. He's gonna take the opponent ransom. But you know that he has TB. You can make an educated guess on... You can make an educated guess on the MTP. If he does not impermanence the dark, then you will probably read that. Anyways, draw for turn. A name would be nice. No, we didn't. I mean, it's a solid dark. Then you drew is the token, that makes sense. Then you dark. You dark the ransom. Ransom effect searches for field spell, and now we actually have to think it up, right? Because we know the TB11, we don't know the last we don't know the other back row. The other back row, again, it's either impermanence or NTP07. It's not GWC because he would have changed GWC when in Ibirud because it was the freest GWC ever. So it's 100% non GWC. This card can never be GWC because when Pack and Trif and Ibiru, you 100% would change GWC and then you make a binder and you reset it. Like, that is the freest GWC ever. Even like if you give them for a draw, you trade it for actually an end board. So that makes no sense. So it's not imper, it's not GWC. You can read an MTP. You can read an MTP. Is there any other thing that you can read? Is there any other thing you can read? Is there like maybe a Metal Tronus? Going first, would you actually go for Metal Tronus? I'm not sure if you would read even a Metal Tronus here, but like you need to clear a back row for sure, yeah? You need to clear a back row because otherwise you get Ella punished for no reason. Because you activate Underground, they go Chilling 2 MTP, Chilling 3 TB11, Summon a Link 3 Banish Underground, they add. And then you actually have to do some sus tricks because then you still have Metal Tronus. You still have Metal Tronus. Kinda plays into Nib now. There is, this is with known informations, I guess. But analyzing this position, this card has to be MTP. Because it's only these or Book of Eclipse. Can be Book of Eclipse. Can be Book of Eclipse. Can be NTP. It's never GWC. Can be Impermanence, but after Dark Resolves can never be Impermanence. Which means there are only actually a few of cards this card can be. At this point, or could also be a bluff at some point, but like you're not supposed to read a bluff with your hand. You're actually not supposed to read a bluff. Cannot be Impulse because you would stop the dark. Do you have a... 1 second, depends actually. Do you have a trap in the grave? No, it doesn't have a trap, so it cannot be Impulse too. I think like there are only a few cards this can be, and you are supposed to read an NTP with the TB11. Also because you did not chain TB11, you cannot activate the underground. If you activate the underground, you play into your lose condition. The only way to establish what the card is, now there are two ways here. The two ways I see is the only two ways I see is an SP, entering battle phase main phase 2 SP, which I'm not a huge fan of it. That's probably fine. SP is also linked to, it's a solid SP actually. It's actually a solid SP. Like you get rid of the background, now you actually play the game the way you're supposed to be to play the game. So you already went for what? It was 1 summon, 2 summons, SP3 on the unknown, 4 with underground, and then with that you get mouse, rabbit, set follow-up, get nib, and then you have Metaltronus, Lancium. I mean, let's see, it doesn't seem so bad. He goes for the underground, and now he plays actually into his lose condition. Now he goes Chain to MTP, Chain 3 TB11. Wait, this sounds crazy. He's playing... it's not that crazy actually. Is it that crazy? It's not that crazy actually. It is fine. It's fine. Like you let him use the Dormouse and then you banish it. Fine. I'm fine with that actually. It's solid. No, you let him... No, okay. You are tripping now. You wanna let him play into Nib and then you wanna do this play? That is hella greedy. That is hella greedy. Because if Pac plays this one nice, I mean, for sure goes Rabbit, set GWC, and then you look stupid. Alright, set MTP. Oh, they got outplayed right now. Oh my god, they got outplayed right now. Okay. Now they make Binder. Binder set GWC. Oh my god, Linguribo. And now they have free GWC too. Enter in battle phase. Okay. Banish the MTP. They never went for the actually combo line here. They didn't even go like TB, MTP. No, they didn't even do it. Which is actually bad from Vanitor, because you could have actually banished the GWC. Because you are actually supposed to... No, you can't even, because he has Linguribo. Like, you actually look stupid in this position. Like, he waited so much that his Nibiru lost all the value. He's actually lost... Like, he actually lost all the value from his Nibiru. That was so bad, it was crazy. Like, I thought that he was gonna let Dormouse banish, resolve, summon Dormouse, and then you banish again the Dormouse, okay? Which I see, it makes sense. Like, I can see this makes sense, right? I don't see why you would let the Dormouse resolve in that position. Anyways. Wouldn't it be better on Rabbit Summon? I think that he was supposed to go for the TBMTP. TBMTP, so he can never play around the Nibiru. So Pac and Thrift can never play around the Nibiru. But now like the Nibiru lost the entire value, he established the Crypter. Gonna probably establish also an access code. Sure, banish that. It's gonna establish an access code. What do you do now? What do you do now? Yeah, what do you do now? It's literally over. It's literally over now. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Thrift winning the dice roll, and is solid. MTP Rabbit plays around the most. It's literally set MTP normal chess. Fua. A machine there. Fuck it. Okay, set, normal chess. Banish. Draw 2. You already get the field spell, so you set GWC. I set GWC here. And he said GWC. Pack is nice. Pack is nice with it. Pack is nice with it. You said GWC because you set TB11. Like, you have to do the reverse. If you draw the field spell, you have to do the reverse. Like, it's that simple. Just do the reverse if you draw the field spell. Dormouse. Probably still Dormouse. Yeah, you just get an extra Dormouse banish. It's fine. Yeah, go and link decoder. Link decoder for binder. Binder set TB11 after special summon. Yeah, this is good. Summon the chassis. Set TB. Solid. Activate TB because it actually doesn't. No, actually, 1 second. Is this even this? Hold up, let me think. If UTB now. Let me think if UTB now. 1, 2, 3. If you get an even now, you go talent, look at the end, and you end on a banish. Plus graveyard follow up. But was there a way to establish a crypter before going for TB? That's what I'm thinking, because if you get Nib on res, it's kind of weird. I'm thinking if there is a way to hold this TB a little bit longer. Yeah, there is a way, right? 1 sec. 2, 3, 4. Isn't this a SP? Isn't this a SP banish the binder? 1, 2, 3, banish binder, summon back. Yeah, isn't this a SP banish binder? I'm a cryptic. Can you also go crypter? You lose the draw, but then you gain an extra banish. I'm thinking. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. 1 second. I'm thinking here if it's actually TB banish the binder, or if it's, there are 2 lines, right? It's either an SP banish back the binder and then you summon back, but you have an SP on the board, which is an extra interruption. Or then you lose the binder, but you still get the rabbit in rotation, which is fine. Or it's directly go into the crypter. Directly go into crypter and then you TB away the crypter. I think it's crypter. So it started with 0-7. He draws the field spell later and he has Jessica, right? And then he goes like, all this is fine, right? You go this, special this, play Triana, set GWC, this is correct. And then I actually also think that you go TB, you go field spell for Dormouse, okay? And you pay another Triana. I like the link one. Link one makes sense. Leave the chassis on the board just in case. It's good. You also uses Dormouse for another Dormouse, which is fine. I like the extra banish. Then he goes for link 3. 1 second, let me activate the cam. Then he goes for link 3 into a binder, which I like. And then he's chilling 1, chilling 2. You banish the chassis and you summon it back, okay? And this is good, right? And now this is, I think, what I would do in this position. I would actually use all 3, because my opponent now is expecting for me to use TB, which I would set TB. Obviously, you set TB before, right? I set TB of binder, but now my opponent is expecting me to use TB, which would lose to Nib, but I don't. Here you go for a crypter, because now no matter what happens, literally no matter what happens, you have double banish. No matter what happens, no matter how your opponent interacts, after this point, you have double banish. Then I would go for TB now, on my crypter, because again, no matter what happens, you have double banish. Just special summon an extra rabbit, it's fine, it's whatever. Or an extra chest if he has the extra chest. He probably has the extra chest, so you would do that. And now you special summon back the crypter. And this is no matter what happens. This is literally no matter what happens. And here, if you want to get the extra draw, here, if you want to get the extra draw, you can get SP. I don't care about the extra draw, to be honest. For me, I don't care. I'm just standing on a firewall here. I personally don't care about the extra draw. I personally don't. Because you could make SP, banish the binder. You can still do that, actually. You can still make SP. You can still make SP, banish the binder. Pay 900. It's actually fine. This is actually good. It's correct. It's correct. You could do this, get a draw, and then you turn those two into a firewall. There were no spot in which my opponent couldn't Nibiru me. And I gained the full extra value. If you go TB on binder and you get Nibiru, thank you, Pedula. But like, you see my point, chat? You see my point? Because at this point, right? Like, when you are at this point, is boom, 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 right? Like, you are right now on this, right? 1, 2, 3. You are on this, and you have TB11 set. If you use TB11 now, you get nib, and you only end on 1 banish, right? If you hold the TB, he can never nib you. He can never nib you now. You just use those 3 to make Crypter, and now doesn't matter if your opponent Nibiru, because this GWC is double banish. No matter what happens, this GWC is double banish. And now UTB. Now UTB. And you get the extra name, and you summon back. And now you can SP your own binder, so you still get the draw. And if your opponent Nibiru here, like you're fine with this, you let that go too, actually. You might actually let that go. You don't have to, but you might actually let that go. You don't have to. You might actually just, like, it's fine. You probably let that go, though. No, if you have MTP already set, you probably banish, and he keeps the Nibiru in hand, or you let that go. I would let that go. Now you make the firewall. And if my opponent Nibirus me here, I don't care. I don't care, because no matter what happens, I end on double banish. So this is actually the sequence that you should go for, in my opinion. I think they missequenced it. 100% they missequenced it. It's not the correct sequence. It's 100% not the correct sequence. Because you get Nibiru and you lose a banish for no reason. Like, you actually lose a banish for no reason. Like, check this out. They banish the binder. They summon Chessie. And they summon white bind. Okay, they draw Magnamut because they are him. Okay, there is a different story. But here, yes, I do understand, if you get Nib, you have talent for your opponent and you have an entrap, you have a banish. Okay, but you had double banish guaranteed, plus the draw guaranteed, no matter what your opponent has. Literally, no matter if he has impermanence Nibiru, whether Nibiru or Nibiru itself alone. So no matter what happens, you have double banish guaranteed. Now, he still does this, and he still does the... Oh, Phoenix. Okay, no, because now he can end on the shitter, right? The new link, Bao. I guess he can go for Bao. Okay. Oh, they are playing Bao. Pitch the talent, because it's now past every spot, and then you end on IP. Solid. I mean, this is a solid, this is a very solid end. But I'm not complaining about the result, the final result. I'm just complaining about, if there were any Nibiru, their end board would have been much weaker. When you guarantee double banish and, and if they don't have any Nibiru, you have double banish and a spin, plus your Nibiru. And then you hard draw the Magnamut, which makes this line even more nasty. Because you actually still end on Bao, because you draw the Magnamut. Anyways. Impermanence. On what? On the IP? Sure thing. What you wanna do? Okay, that's fine for me. Holy shit, the prayers, pitch for cost. Yo, players pitch for cost is nasty, but there is nothing here. Okay, there is nothing you can do here, you have to wait. Special summon, chilling 1, chilling 2, add the ritual, add the Sagi. Okay, so here is the thing, right? Add the ritual, add Sagi. Add the ritual, add the Sagi. Là, Mitsurugi, card. Okay, so we have to plan how we stop this. How do we stop this? How do we stop this entire interaction from happening? So he wants to ritual and add it back with the Kusanagi that can also add from the banish pile. Let me think if there is something nice that we can do. And you can actually wait. What's gonna happen? There is nothing that can happen that can... Like, there is actually nothing that can happen that can make you lose this game state. I don't see anything that can happen in this game state that will make you lose. You can actually wait. You just say think or res and you say okay. Down they normal summon. Now you have to interact. You actually do have to interact at this point. You actually have to. Is there a way to get rid of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is fine. Okay, binder is also in a good position. Banish the GWC. I don't like to banish the GWC. I mean, I guess he can put it back, right? He wants to put back the GWC and then set it with Rabbit again. That makes sense, actually. No, this is good. Protects from destruction just in case later on. This is good. Activate the MTP and dueling book stuff. Scoops it up. That is spotted. This was a good sequence. Okay, now let's see. Now they start X. Okay, so if they start X, they are the sword, the special summon sword. Add ice. So you wanna ash. You wanna ash the duo because he's gonna go duo in this interaction because he has cross. Which means that this X, if he starts with the cross, he's actually supposed to send that Nether in the graveyard. So he's supposed to go Rizel, send that Nether, add the Toad, special Toad, add Ice. Then he's supposed to make duo, attach duo effect because you actually want him to waste the Ash. Then they activate cross. And now you have to basically impulse the normal summon of Ice. You actually have to impulse the normal summon of Ice, but they have Node and they get completely outplayed. Because they have cross to also negate the Boldrek if it comes up, or the Druid if it comes up in a weird spot. So, theoretically speaking, Dueling Book stuff should win this 100%, considering this sequence. Okay, so let's see. So, I mean, they send duo, they probably have a second one. They ash the X. They ash the X. Very ballsy from them to ash the X. Because recently I saw many people being on 3 Ice, 3 X to 1 Toad. Toad is basically sword. So, like, you never know. Like, yes, they have less sword in the deck. There is less punishes. There is for sure less punishes that can happen. It's actually just very ballsy to throw an Ash, because if he normal summon Sagi here, you look stupid. If he normal summon Sagi here, you actually look stupid. It's very risky. I guess because they have the impulse for the ritual spell. That's why the Sagi here is not an issue. That's why that's what they are actually thinking. That's why they wanna Ash the X in this position. That's interesting. That is very actually interesting. Like, so they are ashing these because they have the impulse for the ritual spell, and they will hold the Boldrake Druids for an extra push. There is, I mean, this is solid. This is solid. This is solid. This is solid anyways. This is actually solid. Activate prayers, which gets impulse. They did not pay the cost, so no tribute. You impulse that. That makes sense. And now they normal node and they go duo. Yeah, duo attach, duo effect, search eyes, search sword, special sword. I guess they wanna shuffle before. Special sword, add X. Special eyes. No, they special the normal eyes because they special node. Because they had an exceed in the graveyard, which makes sense. Go into Feral Imps, and this is Raps actually. Add Sagi. Are they gonna go for 1 second, let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you disable VODs? They get automatically disabled because I use copyrighted music. So, okay, so node send. Did you send that? I mean, this is okay. This is actually okay. How do you want to end after that? Detonator? Lancia, and they lose. I mean, you chain, but you probably... Okay, there is a nasty line, right? It's chain, chain, banish, banish. Okay, let's see if the bestial resolves, because if it resolves, then the entire thing changes. Let's see, without wasting time. Okay, no, one is negated. Oh, don't you tribute summon Druid's attack? But then you know that he has X, so you lose. If you normal Dormouse, oh, you lose this. There is no way. Yeah, you lose this. There is no way. There is a way to remove music from the... That I know, Ayuba. That I know. I know that. But the issue is that I got, like in the past, right? I did not do it, which caused me to get reported, which means that they are permanent. Like I have to manually put the VOD back every time. Anyways, don't worry about it. Anyways, let me see. So... I guess now Thrift starts. Let's see this end. Okay, no, you can still start Chessie. You can still start Chessie because you have multiple bestials. So worst case scenario, if you get stopped by an Ash Blossom, then you can just go Decoder into Magramut, summon back, and you have a Link 3. Usually when you open those two, right, like when you open those combinations right here, you still start the Chessie. Chessie, in terms of getting interruptions, loses to Ash Blossom, while Dormouse only loses to Impermanence Veiler. But Rabbit also loses to Ash Blossom, because if you start with Rabbit, set TB11. If you don't have, obviously, an extender, like such as a Bestial, then you have to go TB11, which gets Ash Blossom, and you end on a Rabbit with nothing on the board, right? So, like, Ash Blossom for Ash Blossom, just start with a Chessie, because in a vacuum is always good in this position. If it resolves, then we go for a Ransom, and the Ransom is gonna give us the field spell, that's gonna give us the Dormouse, so it's gonna be fine. So this position is always good, except when they open Lancia. So no matter what, Lancia here cooks. Anyways, active shotgun the Lancia, which means that now you start Rabbit. Rabbit into Lancia is actually the best starter. Yeah. Gets impermanence. Ma, okay. Pass. We don't set because we don't want to let our opponent read the impulse. Start X to put a duo drive. Add sword. Go sword in order to add the next. We already have ice. It's just a duo drive line. That's why they send the second duo drive in the graveyard. And playing double duo drive, I guess they play double duo drive and not double detonator, because if you send detonator, it actually plays into a bestial, right? The attached material plays into a bestial, while if you play double duo drive, you don't lose a material of a bestial in this position, so you don't lose to bestial nib, because this line right here, if you don't play the quick spell, you lose to bestial nib, right? If you send the second detonator, and that's why they play second duo drive, which makes sense. Like if you get bestial nib, you look stupid, so that makes sense, I guess. Anyways, attach, detach, add, rise. They also detach the fire ones. They are actually totally respecting the bestials in this position, which is solid. Normal summon, rise, and now we cook. Get impulse, and now with Nadir Servant on resolution we actually have to banish the Garura, but does it actually matter? It doesn't, right? Because they can just banish duo drive. I mean, you have to wait, right? They can just banish duo drive in this position. You can maybe trade. You can trade for a draw, which is solid actually. Like you trade at least for another draw, because what does Bestial do against Mitsurugi resolving the entire combo? Nothing. You could wait. Okay, so there are two options. It's even trade for a draw, or you hold those two for when they Mitsurugi combo. So let's think about the Mitsurugi combo, right? Because if he's going for Maximus, means that we're gonna see after the resolution of Maximus, we're gonna see a field spell. We're gonna see a ritual spell, which means it's a ritual from. It's usually the first one. It's ritual from hand and then ritual from deck. Ritual from hand and ritual from deck. It's a fact position, anyways. You can like at this point you might hold it and you trade it for a draw. So like it's either you use them, they use one of them now and you avoid them to get a cross draw, or you use them later and you get absolutely fucked anyways. I mean, it's like you are in a position in which you are getting OTK'd. You're in a position in which you're gonna get OTK'd, so there is nothing you can do. This seems like an OTK that's inevitable. It's actually inevitable. Okay, they go for the Mitsurugi shit. And here the Reaper broke? No way. I mean, they lose. 100%. They lose 100%. Was this the game? Yeah, this is the game. Yeah, they lose 100% in this position. I'm just gonna look at it. Is Nadir sending for cost? No. No, right? Let me check. No, it's not sending for cost. Why? But it doesn't work under shifter anyways. Nadir does not work under shifter anyway, so I don't know why it matters. No, I don't, like, I have it, but I don't use it. I don't post my VODs. It's either you are here or you are not here. Special Maximus effect. Okay, this resolves. Then we add the Mitsurugi ritual. We get a draw, we activate the ritual, special summon the Futsu. We dump the Kusanagi and the Sanji. Chilling 1, chilling 2. We get back the ritual spell and we add the prayers. And now it's hella fucked because yes, you are gonna banish this Futsu, but it chain Ameno, you get rid of a card, then you can negate with Rise across one of them if it's disturbing, but there is nothing you can do anyways. Magnamut, we don't give a shit because you can actually chain the prayers to Reborn. You chain another you chain another Bestial. It's gonna just say whatever, I don't give a shit. He negated. I don't know if I would have negated that. I guess Nibiru doesn't really matter because you can summon back the Ameno Murakumo. It's kinda weird though. Like, it's probably winning anyways. Like, Nibiru cannot be used because there is an impulse in the graveyard. Never mind, I tripped for a second. Nibiru cannot be used because there is an impulse, so there is no Nibiru. So it doesn't matter. Like, it actually doesn't matter. They were always losing this game. Now we go to the last one, I guess. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we got a solid Nadir Servant that, again, Nadir Servant alone is not full combo, but I don't think you need Crossing Mitsurugi Raisel. I disagree, but that's another story. I heard the Malice is ass chicks, is that true? Not if you play the Finsmith variant. I think Finsmith Malice is actually way better than many decks. And I think it holds very well the matchup against Finsmith Raisel. It actually holds very well. Obviously, Finsmith Raisel is the best deck in a vacuum because it has no hard lose conditions. But the Finsmith Malice is actually super solid if you play it nice. I actually like it a lot. It's actually one of my favorite decks right now. It does not have many lose conditions, and also it's very technical against Lancia. It's actually very technical because you actually play through Lancia. Anyways, so let's see. Thrift, no, it doesn't start. It goes second. With his hand, it's probably nice, actually. It's not even bad. Okay, so Dueling Book starts. Oh my god, this hand is ass cheeks. His hand is ass cheeks, actually. Node, double ritual. We got the Ameno and the Futsu. Nadir with Maximus, which is the only target, unfortunately. Okay, so Thrift starts with Nadir, which is actually not even good, by the way, because if you start with Nadir, you actually do, like, it's not that good. It's not that good. If you are Thrift in this position, you're probably shitting your pants, because if you resolve the Maximus, you know that's a mirror. And if you resolve Maximus, it's super bad, because you have to kill. Because you are gonna brick your opponent hand if you play the Nadir package. Okay, so Maximus, we draw with Garura and we see. Okay, draw Bonfire, but Bonfire after Nadir does not do shit. The issue is you know that your opponent bricked. I think I set and pass. You sound crazy if you go for Maximus here. Not risking it. I mean, I guess Bonfire is solid. You can get a rotation, I guess. You can get a rotation. Yeah, you can get a rotation and you get an ice. This makes sense. It's also free for enemy controller. I'm attacking. Yeah, I'm attacking. If you commit the Maximus, you are on a suicide path. Yeah, set and pass. You negate. Like, literally you negate everything. You can also negate and take. So you can go, you know that he bricked. You know that he bricked, and this is the play that you draw for turn, okay? But that does not mean that he cannot, like, that he doesn't have anything, right? So the way you do it, I think you can actually do the droplet enemy control, like you can go enemy controller chain droplet. And I think it's actually solid. To do it. Is there a VOD? There is gonna be a VOD. Oh, just a droplet. This is okay, I guess. You know that he doesn't have sword. The only punish in this position was node, but you have still enemy control. The only thing is that why did he not send? Why did he send a monster for that? I kinda liked the monster on the board though. Anyways, just enemy controller it and he passes back. No, dogmatic, I guess. And now you have to take the Maximus too. Nice. And now he passes. Okay, now we win. Because we draw the prayers. Double Slayer, enemy control. Enemy control is fucking nasty, man. Enemy controller is fucking nasty. We see a cross out to draw Ash and the Nihilus. I'm not actually, like, I don't think Nihilus is that good against this matchup. Like, yes, you get maybe 1 or 2 draws, but like, it's not, like, you get them very late, actually very late. Especially against this variant, you get them very late. That doesn't matter anymore if you draw. Because you are trying to draw, like, I guess in that sense, like, you're trying to go into more board breakers. But like, if I complete my entire rotation, the Nihilus is not even live, right? Because I have the field spell. Ooh, okay. He's doing the double Feral Imps combo and revive it with the Eclipse. We go for Duo Drive. I mean, he goes for like the Ritual play, then Duo Drive. He's playing the sword, the Sword Serpent. Not a huge fan of it. It's just a break. Add node, add the cross. I get that you get the extra level 4, but I just prefer second Sagi. Rights cross, then we go node, sack, the Feral Imps, Dueller. And there is actually not much you can do in this situation, right? Because you get Dueller in this position with an entire rotation of the Ritual. Your Slayer doesn't do shit. Enemy controller might be nice. Ext does not negate, but it still adds, I guess. The Amenon gain extra value. And then you basically play into end traps, right? Like if you end on Dueller draw, it's actually GG. Yeah. And he has also a Purification and Raigeki. No, this shit is not winnable. It's not winnable. It is not. Yeah, gets draw, chain, get the Amenon, it chains the prayers. He doesn't need even to summon it back, right? Because he can summon it back with the Futsu at any point. Negate. It really doesn't matter. Like, he's never winning the game. There is no, like, it doesn't matter how many board breakers he draws. Like, the Mitsurugi stuff, once it resolves, it's unbreakable. It is actually, like, it's the definition of unbreakable because it's a card that rips a card in your hand every turn. So after they resolve, you can't even end trap. And if you have board breakers are cards that get value. Because it's like board breakers are one card that deals with many cards, right? But the fact that the Ameno rips a card from your hand makes the trade of a board breaker very fair, which so a board breaker does not get a value anymore. If that makes sense to you guys. So that's why the Mitsurugi ritual stuff resolving it's actually GG. I'm surprised that he kept into Nadir, because it's a card that I'm not sure if I would I would love to resolve against it. I mean, I guess if you go full combo, then you are not scared to resolve a Nadir, but like it's actually the card that you would activate as last, and usually you do it, right? But Nadir now is not a starter, because sometimes Nadir can be a starter, but now it's not anymore, especially in the mirror. It's super awkward. Oh, we start with the ritual, by the way, because we opened the full combo with the prayers and shit. Okay, summon from the deck. We got Kusanagi, Sagi. Add from the deck. 2. We add another prayers just for free. We don't give our opponent options. He goes draw. You just go Ameno, and like it actually just this looks very stupid at this point. He discards the node to make sure that the draw resolves. Make Dueller set prayers and pass. No. Do you pass? Yeah, you do, right? Because you cannot use Nadir, you cannot use shit. And... I'm not sure why with Sagi they did not search the trap. If they already had prayers. If they already had prayers, they should have 100% searched the trap, right? You already have prayers, you search for the trap 100% in this position, right? Or am I tripping? You do, right? You do, right? And then you get the quick spell later? Because you already had to use... No, did you use... Yeah, he did, right? Yeah. Anyways. Shotgun. Impermanence. You probably have to Ameno to let him discard from the end. No? Okay. I mean, he goes ice. You Ameno now, I guess. No response. Because he has the prayers to nuke the entire board at any point. He goes Excitonite. He goes prayers at another. Like you want him to Excitonite you here. Because if he Excitonite there is no damage. So you actually want him to do this. So it makes sense. And he fell for it. He actually fell for it. Because at that nether here, you know that he has the quick spell because he added the quick spell. And that nether here would have been so much better. And that nether here would have been actually nasty. $100%. 100% that nether here would have been super nasty. But the fact that you went for the Excitonite, now Triff is not dying, which means grind game. So yeah. And I don't even think he can get the Mitsurugi stuff in rotation. He cannot, right? Can he? Let me think. Discard, he can make... No, he can. Let me check. So it's... Okay, so let me think here. So it's... He already went this at X, so it's gonna be X. Doesn't have... No. Yes, it's Dugares, but after Dugares, what do? You don't have it in rotation if you don't get into an edge imps. The issue is not going for Dugares, Reborn, the Sagi. The issue is how do you get the imps after in order to add the ritual monster. You need actually a way that, like, you need actually a way to make Dugares after this. So the way you do it is X. It's X sword. We already went for node anyways. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have an extra level 4, right? He does not. He does not have it. He does not have it. He cannot. He cannot get the stuff in rotation. Or am I tripping? I don't think I'm tripping. Yeah, he clears the board. Clears again. If he doesn't get it in rotation, it's useless, all of this. He loses 100% if he doesn't get it. Wait, he did not use node? Actually? Oh, if he did not use node, then he has it. Yeah, then he has it. Wait, did I forget that he did not use node? Oh, he discarded it. Okay, he discarded it when he drawed. Okay, that makes sense. He discarded it. Okay. So he discarded, because he discarded it in Trifton, so he actually has it, right? Because he special summon an extra level 4, he makes Dugares, summon Sagi gets the Mitsurugi ritual, and then he makes the imps in order to add the Ameno. Or the Futsu, it doesn't matter which one you add. I think second dice is mandatory. I think I would play 3, but like that's another stuff. Okay, now we get for the imps, add the Ameno. And then we go for the ritual, boom, special summon, 1 shoe, add back. Then we go for the Futsu line, add the purification. This is very solid, especially with a purification set. We end on the Eclipse, just in case. You know, like, it's not bad. So we went Dugares, a special summon from the graveyard. So they skip the next main phase 1, which means they're gonna enter directly in battle phase, which means that Triff has another turn. So it's either you play now or you play next turn. You don't have to play. You don't have to play now. You do not have to actually play now because you get a free draw next turn basically. If you like, you actually just calculate your odds here. Like, just calculate the position and see if it's good enough. You probably start. Okay, let's see. Start with an Adiri solid. Actually, try to negate. He tries to negate. And he pitched the Mitsurugi ritual. That's interesting. Probably fine. It's probably fine. Add Maximus. Entis for the back row. Get drawled. And now you add from the grave. Or special, I guess, from the grave. That's also fine. Okay, they are like, there were a situation here, ruling stuff, in which they didn't declare the target, etc, etc. Special summon Maximus, attack. They have a judgment for the crackback. This draw does not do shit. And Tref wins here. That was nice. That was nice. Well, this was all for the first part of the Jib Iron Man tournament. Stay tuned because the next one will come out tomorrow.